We have some pretty major breaking news this evening. A super PAC that Elon Musk started in support of Donald Trump's 2024 campaign is now under criminal investigation by the Michigan Secretary of State's office. Is anybody really surprised? I mean, everybody that surrounds Donald Trump is either a felon themselves or they're currently under criminal investigation. I mean, Trump is a felon. Some of his advisors are felons. Elon Musk is under criminal investigation. Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, they're all indicted in different jurisdictions. It is a crime ring on the Republican side of politics right now. So this should not surprise anybody that a group that Elon Musk, the right-wing lunatic billionaire, started to support his buddy Donald Trump is possibly breaking the law. When I saw this headline, I said, yeah, that tracks. That tracks with what MAGA is, what the Republican Party has unfortunately become. So I have some reporting for you from CNBC tonight, along with other news agencies who have talked about this. The headline is, quote, Elon Musk PAC being investigated by Michigan Secretary of State for potential violations. It goes on to say, Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has said he created and helped fund the America PAC, that's what it's called, which is supporting Donald Trump's campaign. Musk, of course, has a net worth of over $225 billion, so he's certainly helping Donald Trump financially. So there's no problem there. Elon Musk is within his right to start a group to support Donald Trump, no matter how insane that is, how ridiculous it is, because just as a reminder, like Donald Trump rails against electric vehicles, but Elon Musk runs an electric vehicle company. It's very strange, but that's perfectly fine. But here is where it gets very shady. The article says, quote, the committee has been acquiring detailed voter information from those living in Michigan and other battleground states after people submit their personal data through a section on the PAC's website that says register to vote. They are taking people's data deceptively to try to help Donald Trump's campaign. This PAC, it's not directly the Trump campaign. They wouldn't be able to do that. It's not directly the Trump campaign, but this PAC that is, of course, run by Elon Musk, and of course Donald Trump knows about it. Of course the Republican Party knows about it. They're taking people's data in swing states to help them win. The article goes on to say, after clicking on the Register to Vote tab on America PAC's website, users in states like Michigan can submit a zip code, address, and phone number, very personal information. People with a Michigan address are brought to a page that says, thank you, and asks users to complete the form below to help wrap up the voter registration process. But as of Sunday afternoon, there was no other form to complete below the words, thank you. So what's happening here is that the Musk PAC, that is backed by Donald Trump, supported by Trump, that is also helping Trump's campaign, is deceptively lying to people, saying, oh yeah, register to vote right here. You can register to vote in this upcoming election. You need to do this. And then when people actually go to quote unquote register to vote, they give their personal information to Elon Musk, and then there's no registering to vote. That's what's happening right here. It is so gross, so shady, so disgusting. They are blatantly lying to people just to take their information. And they're not just doing it in Michigan. They're doing it in other swing states as well. Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, all these very important swing states. They're trying to get people's data so that the Trump campaign can focus on these people to try to get them out to vote for Donald Trump and help him win these swing states. They are trying to target people when deceiving them to give Musk and his PAC personal information about themselves. It's all very gross, all very strange, and it does strike you as shady. It really does strike you as shady. It does seem like there has to be something going on here. There's no specific state law that the Secretary of State cited or anything like that that might be violated. But when you're just hearing this intuitively, it sounds like there's something going on here that needs further looking into. But anyway, the article continues with a quote from a spokeswoman for the Michigan Secretary of State's office saying, quote, every citizen should know exactly how their personal information is being used by PACs, especially if an entity is claiming it will help people register to vote in Michigan or any other state. While the America PAC is a federal political action committee, the department is reviewing their activities to determine if there have been any violations of state law. We will refer potential violations to the Michigan Attorney General's office as appropriate. That's the right standpoint. That's the standpoint that I think any major person involved in politics or any major person running a PAC should have, that, you don't deceive people. You don't lie to people to get their personal data so that you can try to win an election. I feel like that's the position they should have. That's the rule of law. That is somebody who wants to uphold the rule of law, as clearly the Michigan Secretary of State does. But that's not the view of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They're perfectly okay with going through these back channels to try to get personal information from people. So gross. Anyway, it continues. CNBC first reported on the group's efforts and how the site does not directly register people to vote for those with an address in a swing state. A person with direct knowledge of the PAC's operations told CNBC that at one point since the group registered with the Federal Election Commission in May, the links on the website were functioning properly, but admits they're now not. The group is planning to launch a new website in the coming weeks, this person explained. The person declined also to be named in order to speak freely about private matters. And of course, as expected, a spokesman for the America PAC declined to comment, and Musk did not return emails seeking comment. So allegedly, emails were working fine on this site at one point, and now they're not, and they haven't done anything to rectify it. I mean, this is a political PAC with possibly tens of millions of dollars. Elon Musk has even said that he's going to contribute like over 50 million, and then he backtracked, and apparently he backtracked on the backtracking. So this is a PAC that has the resources to do it. They're just not doing it. They're not updating the links on their website to make it a proper website and make it as they're describing it to be, that takes you a place to register to vote or something like that. They're not doing that. They're just taking people's data, giving it to the Trump campaign, or at least using that data themselves to go target people to help Donald Trump. Very, very gross, very deceptive, and unsurprising. I think I describe it as coming from Donald Trump or people around Donald Trump. It is basically a modern day crime ring over there at the Republican Party. But it is also important to note that it is still unclear if any laws are broken. As I mentioned earlier, it feels like something wrong is going, but we don't know for sure, of course. They also have some legal experts cited in this article kind of talking about this. And they have one here saying, Mary Masseron, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name correctly, a partner at law firm Plunkett Cooney, raised concerns in an email to CNBC, but did not say whether the PAC could have broken state laws, saying, quote, "It is very troubling for any candidate or PAC-funded project to deliberately fail to provide information or a link to register to vote when someone asks because they would potentially vote for the opposing candidate." I agree. I think that everybody has that. Anybody that's logical, I think anybody that's honest and wants transparency in politics would also agree with that. But that is, of course, not Elon Musk and Donald Trump. The relationship between them is very weird, isn't it? Like, as I mentioned, Elon Musk runs a electric car company. Donald Trump rails against electric cars, says that they're communism or whatever he comes up with. But they're best buddies. They dine together at Mar-a-Lago. They have conversations. They've, talked on the phone a lot. It's a weird partnership, but clearly we all see what's going on here. It's very much broad daylight corruption, right? Elon Musk is not supporting Donald Trump because Trump has suddenly had an epiphany and is a lover of renewable energy and green cars and things like that. He's not doing that. Elon Musk is supporting Donald Trump for a couple of reasons. Number one, he wants tax breaks. Number two, he wants deregulation. But number three, he wants a buddy in the Oval Office, right? He wants somebody that he can have influence over. With Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, none of these billionaires have succeeded in trying to push them over and trying to get them to stand down or do their bidding. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden stand up for working Americans, your average American out there, me and you. They never bowed down to the billionaires. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have beat the pharmaceutical companies, beaten the big oil companies, beaten big banks consistently. That's what they've done. Donald Trump can't say the same. So Elon Musk wants somebody who's easily manipulated like Trump to be in the highest office in the land. So he can move him like a little bit of a pawn, as Donald Trump has been moved by other world leaders, other business leaders, and things like that. It's just a very, very weird partnership, but it's also very clear broad daylight corruption. And I think that this is another example of that they're deceptively stealing people's data to help them win an election. They can't win on the policy. They can't win on the facts, right? They can't win on character. Donald Trump has none. So they have to do stuff like this. So they can target individual voters and likely spread misinformation their way, saying, oh, Kamala Harris did this. Oh, Joe Biden did this. Oh, the potential VP nominee who we'll be learning soon did X, Y, and Z, right? That's what it's going to be, to hopefully deceive them, to not only give them data, but also have them vote for Donald Trump. It's very gross, and I'm glad that an investigation has begun, and we will see if anything comes of it. We will see if it's referred to the Michigan Attorney General's office, and we will find out more. So very gross, very typical, very expected, I think, for today's Republican Party that has a felon at the top of it, felons within it, people who are under criminal investigation in it. It's just expected. I don't think that this headline is going to surprise anybody who's been following politics for some time now. So I just wanted to bring your attention to this story. Really just awful stuff. Really just awful stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. We're quickly approaching 100,000 subscribers, which is crazy. And it would mean a lot if you could to help us get there. We'll also make sure to drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.